Hello, friends. It's Steven. I'm on the first of 5 days of reserve. And so far, they haven't called me. It looks like I may not be called today. So I thought I would spend a little bit of time chatting with you folks about a very important topic, and that would be the video interview process, right? So just a little terrifying, right? Sometimes even more terrifying than a face-to-face because you're just talking to a camera, and some of us don't do that a lot. So how to do this? So you got the interview invitation, and that will frequently tell you how big a window you have to actually film your video interview. Now, think of it as a flight attendant in terms of timing. I get 4 days off. I want to travel home to Atlanta. I'm traveling on the first day. I'm enjoying the puppies and my friends and family. Day 1, 2, and 3. Day 3, the end of day 3, I'm already traveling. I may have an additional day off, and I would love to cuddle with the puppies a little bit longer. But on day 3, I want to be on my way back to my base so I can be ready for reserve, particularly since my base is on the other side of the country from where I would like to spend my time. So that last day, I'm leaving because wintertime especially, flights are canceled, flights are delayed. There's, lots of de-icing, all sorts of things are going to happen to slow the process down. I would hate to be stuck in Chicago 6 hours before I have to be on reserve in Las Vegas, right? So the reason I'm spending this much time talking about it is if you have 5 days to film this video interview and you finally get to film it, the website's down. Your computer battery dies, something happens, and you're stuck, and that window for your interview closes. What now, right? You go on Facebook and you say, I didn't do my video interview in time. What now? And people are going to tell you, email them, call them, but why have to go through all that? Make sure that you get your video interview done at least a day before the window closes, okay? All right. So having said that, how to prepare. We're going to talk a little bit about the boys first because there are so many video interview vlogs out there about from girls about what to wear. So boys, let's start chatting, okay? Guys, wear a shirt that fits. The biggest fashion faux pas for guys, no matter what, I'll tell you, is a shirt that does not fit. If the shirt collar buttons and you can put your whole hand down that shirt, it doesn't fit. If you're putting it on and it's so tight that you can see the jugular bumping right there, too tight. So go to a place that can actually measure you for a shirt. If you can't or don't have a place locally who does, get a tape measure or a piece of string, put it around your neck, measure your neck or measure that piece of string once you've gotten the length. Measure your neck. I measure at a 16.5. I'm probably going to buy a 17-inch neck because 16.5 is a little snug, and on a long day or when I'm in a stressful situation, it's going to feel really tight and kind of encumbering. So I'm going to wear a 17-inch shirt at my neck. Typically, a 17-inch shirt is going to have a 34, 35-inch long sleeve. That doesn't matter so much for your video interview so much because you're not going to be talking with your hands. That's a no. But you definitely want it to have it fit nicely. A tie. Oh, in terms of a color, white, light blue, a little tiny check or a little tiny plaid. I think one of the men's United shirts is a little micro plaid or micro check. So you could do that. Like a micro check or a little teeny pattern in white and dark blue with a dark navy solid tie and a navy jacket. Oh, and a little pocket square, a little white pocket square would look like $1,000,000. In the summertime, if it's warmer or if you're in a warm climate, we could do like a khaki jacket with a light blue shirt and a dark navy tie with a little bit of a white pocket square. And not the table, napkin pocket square that jumps up like this. Fold it, that little flat neat, that just shows up just a little tiny bit right there. You can search YouTube for pocket square, how to fold a pocket square. But super classic. My interview, my video interview and my face-to-face, I wore a navy pinstripe suit, white shirt, red tie. I did not wear a pocket square. I got the job, but I really wish I worn a little white pocket square right there. Your hair should be on point, neat. This for me, because my hair is this, I would have shaved this right to my scalp personally. I am going to be dead with my beard. They're going to bury me with a beard. So I'm never shaving my beard off. If you feel that way about your beard, trim it as close as and short as you are comfortable. Make it look super, super sharp. Doesn't have to be super short. I interview with a beard like this, but my company isn't terribly conservative. So if you work for a more conservative airline, definitely bring that beard as close as you can or shave, and then grow the beard right after you get your conditional job offer. You can't be a flight attendant and have stubble. No airline allows that. So scruff or stubble, not cool. So either shave it off, trim it super short, or shave it and then grow it back before you start work. But my airline allows 1 inch, a 1 inch long beard. I'm probably just a little bit longer than that, but there you go. Pay attention to your skin. If you need a little concealer or a little bit of something, go for it. Don't cake it on. Certainly put lip balm on. It'll be a lot easier to smile and your lips will look nicer. But I would definitely wear some lip balm. Before I start chatting about girls, because it's a little bit more for you guys, something I would focus on for both of you. If you wear eyeglasses, you can notice you can see my eyes for the most part. There's a little weird greenish or purple tinge there, but get a pair of glasses that has a non-glare coating on your lenses. If you're going to have a flight attendant job, you want that non-glare coating anyway so that people can actually see your eyes. In a low light situation where there are lights up here and away from your face, all that passengers are going to see are little silver mirrors on your eyeglasses. So go for non-glare finish. If you do not have a non-glare finish on your glasses and your lenses are very reflective, take glasses off. Don't wear them. If you look at commercials for eyeglass companies online, like glasses.com or whatever, if you look, none of them actually have lenses in their frames because they don't want reflection of those lenses. So get a non-glare reflective coating on your lenses next time you buy them. And for both of you, Google Tyra Banks. For all sorts of reasons, because she's amazing. But Tyra Banks has this thing she does, smizing. She smizes. It's basically smiling with your eyes. Even if your mouth isn't moving a lot, when you're talking to someone or posing for a photograph, there's a little smizing going on. So that even if during the video interview, you can't bring yourself or can't remember to smile the whole time, which might look really artificial, smize a little something in the eyes as you talk. Look friendly and engaged, even though you're talking to a camera lens. And Tyra Banks and smizing is all about that. All right, girls, let's talk. Hair. Hair, even though your airline policy may allow it to be down, I would still probably recommend to have it up. Or up and back away from the face. So have it down the back, but brought back from the side. Up would always be good. Look like a traditional old school flight attendant. Women of color. You have so many hair choices and style choices that it would personally immobilize me. I just couldn't decide. I am personally a huge fan of natural hair. I just think that the different styles and textures that are available to you guys naturally are so fun and so stylish that I would personally go with natural hair. Doing like an afro, nothing so you're filming the camera, the whole screen. But if it's neat and natural and I just think it's gorgeous. Little micro braids, little mini braids. braids, clearly, little twists. You have so many choices. But I would, again, just keep it away from the face. I know that I believe my airline allows dreads, but if you are wearing a weave or a wig, which I know is a lot easier than natural hair sometimes, but living in a crash pad with 7 women of color, I'll tell you, I learned everything about closures and all sorts of stuff. But it's a lot easier to throw a wig on or have a weave, but make sure again that it's up and away from the face. Fierceness, who is one of my favorite YouTubers, she has really super long hair, and for work she always has it up. She works for a very big mainline. She always keeps it up, and I think a little bun for work, and a red dress. Always looking smart. Makeup. Oh, clothes. Let's talk about clothes first because it's easier and I'll offend fewer people. I would say clean and classic. You can certainly wear color. Go for, if you are going to go for an airline like Southwest, Delta, go for red. Wear red, wear blue and red. Perfect. They're colors for their line. If you're going for JetBlue, you might go with blue and orange. A little navy dress with a short sleeve or a full sleeve, or a suit jacket with a light blue collared shirt and an orange scarf or something might be really fun. Sort of look like you're going for the style of that airline without looking like you're in a costume to be one of their flight attendants, right? Your shirt, I would never wear a camisole. I'd always wear something that has a collar. I'm not always a fan of the collar over the collar or of a dress or a jacket. Frequently on YouTube, on Facebook, I see lots of black jackets with white collared shirts out here, like full spread, wide open. There's never a scarf. There's never jewelry. So I would tuck the collar up into the shirt, into the jacket, like it's kind of standing up a little bit, with a little delicate gold or silver necklace, pearls. I'm not a huge fan of pearls personally, but either a little strand of pearls, a little gold or silver necklace, or a scarf. The scarf, there's lots of videos you can go to on YouTube about tying a scarf, but one of the things I see a lot of girls at work do is, put the scarf around their neck, and rather than tie it, they get a little clear hair elastic, and they'll close it here with that elastic, allowing more of the scarf to do its thing. It's also more comfortable. It's less confining. Or I see a lot of girls tie a short end to a long end and let it hang, drape down. That looks really great. A little awkward for service because you got that scarf in the car, but wear something at the neck with some color. I would stay with your dress or your jacket. I'd stay with a navy, a gray, black. Sometimes I'm not a big fan of, for guys, if you're still listening, I'm not a huge fan of black sport coats. Look at any newscaster on TV, and they're almost never wearing black. So girls too. I would stay with navy, gray, something simple and conservative. Certainly, by all means, if you feel you want to wear raspberry or teal or whatever color, if you feel comfortable and confident and pretty and it films well, go for it. But you'll notice newscasters wear a lot of blue. A lot of them wear blue. So go navy, go gray. There you go. So makeup. All right. If you don't want to wear makeup, you're one of those girls that says they're anti-establishment, they don't feel the need or it's necessary to wear makeup, that culturally girls are forced into wearing makeup and heels and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I totally understand. If I had to wear full face of makeup every day, personally, I would have fun because I like makeup, but I would understand it's not something I want to do. And you don't have to all the time as a flight attendant. Most airlines do require something though. They're going to either require, they're almost always going to require mascara, a little eyeshadow, some blush, something on your lips. They're all going to require something. So go to your video interview wearing something. If you have zero makeup skills, zero, and you don't have a girlfriend around who can help you out, make an appointment at Sephora. If you have an Neiman Marcus or a Saks Fifth Avenue nearby, maybe even Nordstrom, Bobbi Brown, gorgeous line of makeup, always very real, natural, but defined, fantastic line. YSL, fantastic makeup. Guerlain, great makeup. Has a little smell to it, but I'm sure someone at MAC can help you out as well. Make an appointment, have them do your eyes, maybe even your lip. But if, eye makeup can be tricky, and if you're not confident, it's challenging. I was a makeup artist for many years, and I understand how anxiety-producing eye makeup can be. So, brows. Now, this is something I shouldn't even mention because I will get people upset. The current trend right now is so strong with brows. I would go as natural as you can, defined as you can, but that you're comfortable and confident and recognizable, But the trend right now is with brows that are so strong, so traumatic. I said traumatic, but I meant dramatic, but maybe trauma. But if you're starting your brow and it's super, super strong, and you're cutting it with concealer and a highlighter, and you're defining it on the top and the bottom, and your brows are so dramatic, but you're not playing up your eyes as much, and you're certainly not playing up your mouth at all, and there's no balance, all you got are these big brows. And as my personal style, it's a little bit over the top when it comes to brows. So bring them down a little bit. When you're on the line and face to face, it's very different. But in a photograph or on camera, sometimes those brows can be like, whoa. You got the brows, and then you got the lashes that are out to here. Bring it back a little bit. Still wear the lashes, but go maybe a little bit lighter or a little bit finer lash. Not so dramatic. The lip. That's where you can still go a little over the top and a little crazy. Half the flight attendants in the world wear MAC Ruby Woo, not a subtle lipstick. If you haven't checked out Patrick Woo, it's a Patrick Star collaboration with MAC. It's a bit more of a tomato red, but I still love it. Go full on, full force with the lip. If you have lips. Some girls don't, and it's just like, it's all about the eyes. If you've got little teeny slim lips, a red lip can look like a little line and be kind of hard. So go either a much more natural lip, a subtle rose, nude lip, play it up, a little gloss, not too much gloss, because again, that can be very distracting. But, go for the full-on landing lip. It's always a win. So makeup, if you can't do it, get some help. If you've got 4 days, not 5, but 4, on that third, that day you're going to plan your video interview, that morning, be at the store having your makeup done, come back and film your video. Contouring, which is just about as important as brows right now, and highlighting. And I mean this with love, because I'm so envious of makeup these days, because back when I did makeup, it was a very different story. Very pretty, natural, soft. Contouring, fantastic for photos, and if you're sitting still. But if you're going to be moving about, actually a video interview contouring is probably better than real life, because the contouring creates a shadow, and when you turn, that shadow should kind of go away or change. But in contouring, when it's super strong, you get lots of contours, then shadows that move with you, and it can be a little weird. There's a difference between snatching a nose and kind of getting that LaToya Jackson kind of, you know what I mean? And the only other, and I'll stop, issue that I would do in real life, but I wouldn't do in a video interview, is highlighting too much of the tip of a nose. In some videos, it can look very Rudolph, kind of, so I would skip the highlighting the nose. I know it's a fine tooth comb I'm using, but Balance, classic, and natural are 3 words I wrote down for makeup. You want to aim for, Audrey Hepburn if you really love your brows, and not Jeffree Star. You know what I mean? All right. So I wrote down a note here about anti-glare. I think I already talked about that. And Googling Tyra Banks and her smizing. All right. So in the device that you're going to use, I think I used my laptop because I didn't think to use my phone. My phone has a better camera and it has a better connection to the internet than my laptop did. So I would figure out what device you can use. I would figure out based on the camera and your internet connection. If your internet connection is not terribly strong at home, your Wi-Fi connection, look at your high-speed data on your phone, see if it's better. T-Mobile's high-speed internet is better than my Wi-Fi connection at home. So see where your signal is best and more consistent, more stable. So test your Wi-Fi. Let's see, what did I write down? Practice questions. All right, so go to glassdoor.com and you may go to Indeed. I think for some reason Indeed.com also has some questions. Look at those questions. You may be able to look for airline-specific questions as well. But write those questions down on flashcards. On the back of that flashcard, write down, if they suggest an answer, write down that suggested answer, or spend some time writing down your own answer, which I think is the best case scenario. I would also Google keywords for resume or interviewing for particular airlines. I know that JetBlue and Delta will have very specific keywords that are very different. They have very, very different cultures. So you may want to grab 1 or 2 of those words and bring them into your responses during your video interview. Film yourself answering these questions. Now, I would personally, from my own experience, I would turn off, if you can, put your phone on airplane mode while you're filming. And then when you're finished, this is when you're practicing yourself. When you're finished, watch those videos, see what worked, what didn't work, and practice again. Delete all of those photos, all those videos, and then turn your phone back on regular mode, turn airplane mode off. Delete all that stuff before, because I'll tell you, I'm not sure about your data plan. My data plan with T-Mobile allows me 50 gigabytes of high-speed internet, ultra, whatever it is. I have used 50 gigabytes of high-speed data, not in the sending or transmitting of something on purpose, but that my phone automatically uploads all of the photos and videos that I ever filmed to my Google account. So that all of my data plan for that month, the ultra high speed data plan, was used in transmitting and backing up all of those photos and video attempts, practice questions, to my Google account. So now my Google account has page after page after page of attempts at videoing something that failed, that I kind of just discarded, but my data plan used up all that stuff. So thankfully with T-Mobile, their data plan is still super strong, even if you're not in the ultra high, whatever it is. But before you begin practicing, I would put your phone in airplane mode, do what you have to do, and after you delete all those things that you don't want to keep, turn your phone back off, your airplane mode off, so you can go back to being, a normal person. So I'm sorry to go on so long about that, but that was something I learned. It was pretty important to me. So I wrote this little thing down here too. I think almost every video interview I've been a part of, as well as the face-to-face interview, has asked me one question at some point, is describe a situation where, let's see, what's I write down? Describe a difficult situation and how you resolved it. I know you're going to get that in a face-to-face interview. You may also get that in a video interview. And I wrote down one little simple story that happens almost every day as a flight attendant. And the example I gave was, it could be something as simple as a passenger does not want to put his laptop away before takeoff or before landing. He's working on his laptop, watching a movie, doesn't want to finish it, but we have to land. And so that laptop doesn't become a projectile if something goes wrong. They have to store that laptop under the seat in front of them or in the overhead bin. So the situation, if we're using the STAR format, the situation is I need to have the passenger stow that laptop or computer, but they do not want to. They say, no, I don't want to, or they don't do it. So what I need to do is, what I would do is I would walk up to that. This is what I would do in a situation. I'd walk up to the passenger quietly, clasped hands, open, positive posture, not menacing, because I kind of look menacing, and say, hi, would you mind please stow your laptop under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin just for landing or just for takeoff. Smile. If you need it afterwards, and it's just for a moment or two, if you need it afterwards, let me know and I'll grab it for you. And frequently enough, the passenger says, oh, just for that short amount of time? Sure, no problem. And they put it away, or I put it away. And then later on, if the passenger wants it back, I certainly will go back and say, hey, did you want me to get that laptop for you? And they're grateful. Situation solved. Everyone's happy. I have done my job for safety. They feel cared and comforted and blah, blah, blah. And there was no one was upset. So key points, open, positive posture. I didn't walk up looking like I'm about to chastise them. I smiled and I said, just for landing or just for takeoff. Afterwards, I can grab that for you if you'd like. And so it's easy for the passenger to acquiesce and do what he has to do. So that's how I would maybe answer a question like, how did I handle a difficult situation and resolve it? Super small situation, but if you're saying that kind of story to a flight attendant or someone who's recruiting a flight attendant, they're totally going to understand that scenario and know that you understand the scenario. All right, so that's a good topic or a good answer. What else should I want to tell you guys? Background. Keep your background simple. If I were doing a video interview here, I'd probably want better light. I'm using window light and one little light bulb over here. So have 2 or 3 lamps around you with the lampshades taken off. That's fine. Move stuff out of the way. Make sure that it's quiet. You don't have a dog, a boyfriend, family, kids, all yelling, moving around. Throw them all into a room and close the door. Tell them to come out when you're done. Make sure that the environment is very simple and clean. A tripod. Now, I would, if you know you're going to be doing a video interview or preparing yourself to get one, to receive that wonderful, magical email, go to Amazon.com, buy a little miniature tripod for your camera or your phone. Or go to like Best Buy. They sell things like this. I bought this at Amazon. It's 2 pieces. I'm not sure how much on the frame it is. It's 2 pieces. So it's like a selfie stick, which this spins off and you can put this onto this little miniature tripod. So you can put this on here, or you can put this on top of the tripod and have that standing up in front of you. Like my tripod is standing, I have a newer tripod. It's standing in front of the chair I'm sitting in. You could also do that with something like this, or put this just on the table and have it facing you. So have a tripod rather than trying to balance your phone on a book or something. It's a lot easier. I did use, if you watch a video I did about, what was I think I said, oh, you've subscribed, so let me tell you something. I was using I think I used a Starbucks it was what is the biggest one? Trenta iced coffee with a straw sticking up. That was actually my tripod. Let's see. Star format, I think I may have mentioned it earlier. Star format, which I have to write down because I never use it. Situation, task, action, result. Google or YouTube star method or star format just to kind of remind yourself how to keep a story and your answers kind of concise and in a proper order. Clearly, I don't do that in my native tongue because I am just all over the place, but it can help you. And the last thing I wrote down here is two things. Remember, number one, remember, you, my friend, were invited to this video interview. This wasn't a bingo game. You didn't win this by chance. This wasn't done out of a lottery. They looked at your resume, your assessment. They looked at your information and said, "Oh, here's a keeper. This is one that we want to see again." So this isn't done by accident. You got this assessment and this video interview because you earned it. So I want to just remind you to be confident. You got this because you already got it, right? Okay. So, and I wrote this one down here, and I think this is kind of cute. Policy can be taught. Warmth, likability, charisma can only be brought. So in any of the answers you're going to give in this video interview, the right answer, the perfectly correct answer, may not be the one you give because it's hard to know exactly what they want to hear. And you can probably Google a lot of potential right answers from Glassdoor.com, things like that. But if you present your answers, again, like in a face-to-face interview, where you're likable, you're warm, you've been smiling, you're charming, you're at ease with a challenging situation like talking to a camera lens, that's going to be a great feather in your cap and a really great start. So relax. Policy and procedure, they're going to teach you in training. But if you can present yourself as a likable person they want to bring to training, in addition to the stuff that they already like about you, which is in your resume, your assessment, that kind of stuff, you've got this made. It's yours. Or you're almost already wearing those wings, okay? So be confident, be happy, be lovable, smize like Tyra Banks, get your makeup done, look the part, have a nice background, be prepared, and have a great stable Wi-Fi or internet connection. Lighting, always important. But so those are some tips and tricks. So hopefully it's a little bit of a help or a little bit of a comfort. Again, I want to remind you, you got this because they already are offering you something. All you have to do is take their offer of this interview and run with it. Easy. It's already yours. So leave a suggestion below. Thumbs up if you like. That's fine. Subscribe. Again, I don't want to see these numbers of subscriptions rise because it makes me feel powerful or successful, but it does really give me a little bit more motivation to keep on filming. And some of you seem to like my videos. Yay. There you are. So thank you very much again for watching, and I'll talk to you later.